We locked in. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, world?
So, real quick.
Huh?
Welcome to the next episode of Revival Unchained.
Wait a minute, that's my part, nigga. Why you going to scare me? So, I guess you're really feeling yourself. I want you, if you don't mind, look at the camera and tell them we on location, y'all.
Yeah, guys, we're at Coffee Pros. Like, I already drank most of my stuff, but it was good. It was good stuff. We at Coffee Pros in Midtown, please.
We out here. Yeah.
Y'all are in the area. Just stop by. You know what I'm saying? It's good stuff.
Yes. All right. We had a wonderful podcast. We want to talk to everybody about what's our subject today?
Take your time. Okay. I think. We outside. We outside. We're not at our regular location, as you all can see. We got books and stuff around us. We can stop talking to y'all, so I'm reading some. You know what I'm saying? But we outside.
Yeah. So we just want to talk a little bit. So we want to tie in some Bible into what we're talking about. Before we do that, DeMarcus, can you tell them a little bit about what our mission at Revival Unchained, a little bit about what we are doing here?
Absolutely, man. So our mission is to just go beyond outside the church walls and to reach as many souls as possible, man. Sharing the news about Jesus Christ, not only sharing the news, but trying our best to draw as many people into the kingdom as much as possible, man.
Yeah.
And also minister to those not only outside of the kingdom, but also those inside of the kingdom who may be dealing with temptations, trials, you know, or you might be asking yourself, Lord, how do I go about certain things or about my walk with you?
I think also it's about a fresh take as well.
Absolutely.
A fresh take.
Totally agree.
Revival Unchained is a fresh take.
A fresh take. I like that. You know,
ministry.
Yeah. Look at the camera and say that. Yeah.
I think our mission is a fresh take on life, ministry, how to grow up in leadership. Just a different take, right? We're not doing the usual thing anymore. That's not what this table is about. That's not what these group of people is about. You know what I'm saying? But we still want to show the love of Christ, the love of God.
Absolutely. And going outside of tradition. Going outside of tradition.
No bounds. Because I was thinking about like revival. Because you know, like to revive means like something that's dead. That's a word. I'm just saying. Okay, we got it. I know. We excited. I
think it's the lighting in the room. It's like ideas are just flowing in our minds.
Spirit.
I'll tell you what I think about. It says that the glory of the latter house shall be greater than that of the former. And so some of the times it's like we get locked in, you know, and people some of the times want to try to duplicate what was done before. Want to try to duplicate, and it probably was a great move. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
People were coming to the altars, lifting their hands, getting saved, you know, and all those things. And of course, you want that, but sometimes we try to make happen what happened before, and not giving God an opportunity to do something else, to do something greater. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people talk about the Azusa Street movements and movements like that, but I believe that there's a glory that's going to come that expands even from the four walls of church to where like what was talked about before won't even compare to what we're getting ready to see.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Yeah, so it's like, tell me a little bit, how do you feel as a believer, Joy, and I'm pointing you out, if you can look at the camera right behind you, booyah. I'm Mr. Tenderness and say booyah. All right, so how do you feel? Are you nervous about ministry outside of the four walls of what we call, you know, usual church?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I kind of grew up on the tail end of like what church looked like for y'all, like the long skirts and like you can't wear this and you can't do this and this and this, like just right on the tail end.
And so it's kind of like, I'm nervous because it's kind of like what someone just said, we breaking tradition. So it's like, I'm used to we do this, we do this, we do this, and we expecting God to move in X, Y, Z. But it's making me nervous because you can't put God in a box. I don't know if you know that, but you can't put God in a box. So it's like the way he's about to move is not only going to be different from how we used to do church, but it's going to appeal to a different crowd. And that's what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
But it's kind of intimidating because I don't know if y'all know me, but like, I've been in church all my life. So I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's kind of like, how do I find myself reaching out to people who literally don't look like me, don't talk like me, haven't been through the same lifestyle as I have? So it's exciting, but it's like, Lord, equip me to like help. Like, wherever you see me fit to do, like, help me to do that.
Yeah, I mean, because it's interesting. I don't know, like, I've been hearing, like, ministers say that a revival is coming. And I'm just like, if y'all notice, and I know this is going not just in our ministry, but, like, other ministries where it seems like it's a great call for young adults to come back into the fold. There was a time to where you didn't have a whole lot of that in church. It's like once that child got of age where they're no longer in high school, a lot of them, they left. And I'm not saying what they were doing when they left, but, you know, I don't know. I don't know if the church was no longer appealing to them, if they needed to see something different. But that age group, it seemed like for a minute, they were just like over here. But I've been noticing, like within the last few months, we've been having multiple baptisms, but it's been youth and young adults. Yeah. And it's like there's this great call. And like I was talking to one of the youth of our church. His name is Trey. He got baptized in November 16th, right? And so it's like since that time until now, there's so many young people that are coming and that are getting saved, giving their life to Christ. We just had one today to come, and it's like, man, I'm like, where are some of them coming from? But it's like, it's not church as usual. God is doing something different. How do you feel about what God is doing different, Siobhan? Talk to us a little bit about that shave on.
Come on, so, to piggyback off what Vernon said, actually it's been the young men though that have been that right there. Well, come on, Jesus, let's go. You know, raise the men up. I think that's also has been a great thing. And then, you know, we're gonna be a little corner with this. Where men are, women don't follow too. So,
wow. What do you mean?
That's all right.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, we want young people in general. We want people to come back to God, no matter what your situation is. And it's such a great thing to see. It's such a great thing to see that young people are excited about what they want God to do for their lives.
I agree. Could you talk to us a little bit about how do you feel seeing this fire being lit under youth and young adults? And of course, we're talking about we outside. It's like it's a thing of where it's not just normal, what we call day-to-day four-wall ministry. Some we've seen that, you know, are not your typical everyday church member. So, I mean, how do you feel about what God is doing, you know, concerning this move, this revival breakout?
So I think it is great. For one, it's a great move of God that is happening in the church. And I would say it's wonderful to see a lot of youth, because whenever I first came, there weren't so many of them.
So you took a chance joining.
And then so now it's like, oh, I see more of my people. And then like the fellowship has been so good. So good. Yeah. But and then too, like this change that we've made in the church and the way that we go about things, like plan A has been null and void. We don't plan B, and that's God's plan.
Say it again.
So you cooking up there now.
And with that that being said, like, he has been showing us the outcome of his plans. Every Sunday, every revival Sunday, like, it's just been getting better and better. So, I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
And then for two, I'm glad that we are on board with his plan. Come on, not staying in plan A, trying to, like, breaking those traditions and trying to, it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when we're stuck in our ways.
DeMarcus, you said something to me. Yeah, I gotta get on you. Make sure you get that camera on them real good, sir. You were talking to me, and it came out of your mouth. You were just like, man. You were like saying, man, the young people, they're coming. We ain't seen nothing yet. And, you remember that? You remember that? I mean, talk to us a little bit about what God impressed upon you compared to what you're even seeing unfold. And look at that camera right there and talk to them real good, man, because
I remember that concept. It was really before we were recording an episode. We was at the church. And when I was talking to you, I was like, I believe that God is using the revivals and stuff that we've been having going on. I believe that he's using those as a way to draw in the young people, as a way to let them know there's a way you can have fun without being in sin. And what I mean by that, you can have fun without having to go to the club, getting high, and doing all these extra secular things. And it's a way that you can still have fun but still be in alignment with what God is doing. And I believe he's drawing young people from all different type of backgrounds. It's not going to be the backgrounds of the people that grew up in church, and some is, but it's mainly a lot of times going to be the ones that probably was rejected according to society standards and stuff like that. And what I mean by that, they probably weren't popular. They probably didn't have a lot of friends. They didn't have any type of social status or something like that. And it's like God is dealing with their hearts. They probably feel like, Lord, like, I don't have nothing. I didn't come from a background of money. I didn't come from a background where, I had a lot of friends. So, like, what can I give you? I don't really have anything. And I believe God is showing them that you can just give me your heart, give me yourself. And I'll take you, man. I'll take you, accept you as who you are, and just really use you in a mighty way. So I believe that this is not even the tip of the iceberg yet. And another thing, don't look at the numbers. Just look at what he's doing.
I love that.
Because sometimes we'll base the worship based off numbers and stuff like that. And you could be in the church with 10,000 people and the Spirit of God might not even be in the room.
You just said bar for real, man.
Might not even be in the room, and you'll get confused on it. It's like we give him half worship, and half worship really is the same as no worship. So just pay attention to what he's doing. So if he's showing that I'm getting a 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3, that's okay. At some point, God knows where. At some point, he's going to complete whatever he is accomplishing. Whatever he's set out to accomplish, it will be accomplished. So I would just say, just to go and just tighten it up. Be expecting a lot of more young people. A lot of them are going through situations and they're needing a way out, and God is giving them the way out. And he's touching the hearts and stuff like that. Now, from the people with the church background, it might be a situation where they leave the church to fulfill on what you said, they was forced in it. So they might go outside of it to be like, I want is what I'm missing. And they getting a whole lot of tribulation and problems, stuff like that. So God would let them go out there and experience it. But then once they be like, man, I'm having a lot, then he gonna go on to draw them back in. You know what I'm saying? What was at one point being brought up, I was forced into. Now I see why. What was the whole purpose of it and stuff like that. So just when we were before that episode, it's just like, man, he doing some stuff, man. He bringing in a lot of young people. Because you got to think about, he dealt with the old generation, so how is he going to deal with this generation? And what better way is to put somebody like you in front of yourself and show you like, dang, this my peer. This an old classmate of mine. I know this person. Or this my age. And they doing this in ministry, you know what I'm saying? Kind of get them intrigued and stuff like that. And sometimes just see somebody like you doing it, man, and get them prepared to be like, let me try this thing out.
Wow. Yeah, I want to throw this out there. Anybody can grab it and, just talk about it. What is, and it's more in the form of a question, what is our commitment to the community? Because it's like, I look at like Jesus. Even Jesus when he went out to preach, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't trying to get his brand out there, you know,
Right.
sometimes trying to make our name great. It says, you know, the Bible says, I'll make your name great. So that means that there are actually certain things that we really don't have to do that God will do and make a way for, you know, your name to get out there and do what he's doing. But, going back to my point, Jesus, even when he ministered, I remember in the Bible it talked about when he was getting ready to preach, or when he was out doing ministry, they fed the community with the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. And of course, the miracle came forth, you know, when the young man brought forth the small bits of food that he had, and Jesus out there did a whole fish fry, boom, 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 and, you know, fed these families and everything like that. And some of the times we miss stuff like that because we're just trying to do church.
Right.
How do y'all, what is our commitment to even like our community? The community that our ministry is in, and even abroad, not just, like I said, we're not just talking full-on ministry, we're talking just your commitment to even who you come in contact with each day. You know, talk to me a little bit about the commitment to the community and those that are around you who have not done the doorsteps of your church. Because guess what? We outside. So we outside. What we doing when we outside? You know, somebody talk to me about that.
Come on, wild sisters.
The brother's been doing all the talking today. That's all I'm saying.
I would think, it's not I think, I know. Part of our commitment is being genuine, because in the world of AI and social media, like, the world sees so much fake anyway.
That's true.
So it's like, I think we're getting the outcast and we're getting the young people because they want something real. Like, they get fake every day of the week, but it's like when they really experience, like, the power of God and, like, his love and, like, everything that goes on with that, it's like, of course they're going to be back. Of course they're going to want to come. And it's like, that's kind of like when we were talking about Jesus. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, that's the fake saints.
Wait, no, say that again. I want you to look at the camera and say that. What is
The Pharisees and the Sadducees with some fake saints. And it's like, because,
you gotta explain that. You gotta,
open interpretation.
No, you gotta put context.
They're so used to doing things by the book and by the law that it's just routine. You come in, you wake up, you make sure you're clean, like, and it's routine. But it's like, if we're talking about being genuine, sometimes being genuine means breaking the routine. Sometimes being genuine means stepping out into those uncomfortable places and, like, literally doing things that the traditional church would not do. Like, it's kind of funny because Evangelist Slockett said something today, like, when God calls you, you need to go. So whether that's at the crack house, whether that's at here,
The uncomfortable places.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think part of our commitment is to continue to be genuine, and literally just to, like, follow Jesus' footsteps, because he was also a Nazarite. In a sense, if I'm not mistaken. Bible scholar, Nazarene. So it's like, literally could not touch it there. What he do? Touch it there. Literally, should not. You know what I'm saying? Should not even have been touching wine or drinking wine or something like that. What was his first meal?
Wine bibber. Wine bibber.
And like,
water in the wine.
Breaking traditions. And the Pharisees and Sadducees literally were hating on him because he was doing stuff that they thought was ungodly or, like, not of God. But he was wasn't according to their standards. So I think we're just called to literally we're called to do stuff not even according to our standards and breaking tradition and, like, stepping out, but, like, do it according to God's standards. And if he's moving and doing a new thing, go with that flow.
Come on, Joy!
I totally agree.
Hey, because he's a revolutionist. Let's talk about being revolutionary. Come on. Because we outside. Let's talk about being revolutionary. Which is something you're right.
If you know what that is. Okay, come on.
Yeah, because, you know, I mean, think about it though. Think about it. Because
we want to go.
God set these laws out for people to abide by, and then you turn around, people grab the law, and then they added their own flavor to it, doing it this way, that way, this way, and this is the way we do it. And then when you literally get the Son of God, who is God, to come down among you, you can't even see that he God because he don't do it like you do.
How that work?
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about being revolutionary. I mean, come on, Shabbat, you ready. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all something. This is what y'all need to do. Y'all need to jump him before he kicks him off.
That is so good because it's like it's not easy to be a trailblazer. It's not easy to blaze your own path.
Yeah.
But you have to do that. Literally, like y'all said, Jesus literally blazed his own path. He was like, "This is the way I'm going to do it." And you need to tell me we can't follow the same rules. We so stuck because I don't want to hurt your feelings. Baby, I'm gonna hurt your feelings because Jesus wants you to be free. Jesus wants you to know who he is. He don't care about going to church at 10:45 and staying until 12:15 on the dot every single day. No, what are you doing outside of that? You have a spirit of people. You have a spirit of people that's in your own influence that you can touch every single day. If they don't know Jesus, you know Jesus. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick.
You know Jesus.
My family, I love them, but at the same time, we all have family that only knows a form or a sense of godliness. They don't know who God is for themselves, right? So my nephew was sick the other day, and I was like, "What you want TT to do? Can you pray for me?" Sure. You want to pray? You want me to pray? I want you to pray, right? And then it was just like we going into prayer, but you have to speak it out of your own mouth. I told him, Jesus, heal my body. Jesus, heal me. I said, you say it. You believe. You have enough faith to say, Jesus, I want you to heal my body. And then I started praying, but when you start praying, you start hearing that, you going in. Oh, that's enough. I'm doing too much. Then you ain't got to say all that.
So has there ever been a limit on prayer?
Apparently there is. Okay. But it was just like, it's a new thing. But it's like you're trying to incorporate a person to know who God is, and you can go to him to yourself, but you're going to always have dollars to say you're doing too much.
Absolutely.
That you don't have to do all of that. I need you to kind of stay in your place. It don't take all that to be loud and to do all that. Sometimes you need to do all of that. Sometimes you need to go outside of the comfort zone of your comfortability to reach people that are outside of this. What if they need you to reach a little further? There was this guy, y'all, I'm not even gonna tell y'all no story. He was getting baptized one day, and he was just like, and he started to, the things that were not of God started to come up, right? And he was looking around just hurt. Like, who is going to fight for me? I know Jesus is going to come, but sometimes you got to meet the people in the air. Sometimes you got to get in the water with people and say, I see you, and it's okay.
I like it.
God wants you to be free. It's okay.
You hear this fire? This is fire.
So, like, we have that opportunity to step outside of ourselves. That we need, that people, God is showing us people that needs to be seen, that he is spotlighting for us to go to. And that's our community, that's our co-workers, that's our neighbors, whoever that is. We're not pointing them to ourselves, we're pointing them to the one that can save them.
That's powerful. Jesus said some word.
Absolutely.
I just heard something both y'all that was consistent, and I truly believe this might be the Holy Spirit. Because both of y'all, what you and Georgia said, just tied in right into what Sister Lockett just said.
Who is Sister Lockett?
We got
For the viewers, who is Sister Lockett?
Shirley Lockett, not amazing woman of God. I'm talking about somebody that's bold, courageous, that's gonna go out there, get in the water with you. I'm talking about gonna make sure you in it. You know what I'm saying?
We know who she is, but we want to make sure they know.
You right. Shout out to Evangelist Shirley Lockett. I am blessed to have somebody to meet her, to see a woman like that on fire.
Hey, boo.
She gonna make sure you get that word. You know, she gonna make sure.
Good word.
A main word. But she gave a sermon today, and I just heard these two sisters say something that's literally in line. We have to be comfortable going going into uncomfortable spaces, man. That's what it's gonna take, man. That's what it's gonna take. Cause when Jesus said that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Okay, good. The harvest represent a lot of environments. You see what I'm saying? Some laborers only want to go into the environment where they feel safe. God might send you in the middle of that storm, in the middle of that war. Come on. God might send you in the middle of that storm, man. You might be like, Lord, I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you hang bread on your hands. Go say it.
Let's talk about uncomfortable territory. Let's talk about it. Because what we're referencing is when Jesus was on. It's like Jesus was like, I don't want to say playing with them boys, with the disciples, but it's just like, I'm going to come out here on this water and I'm going to see what they do. Y'all been following me. Y'all been, you know what I'm saying? You've been saying you want this power, you want this spirit. You've been seeing what I do. I'm going to step out on this water and see who's going to react. He go out there on the water, and only one out of all his followers came out there and had enough courage to walk on the water. And too many times when we are in service, we talk about, yeah, Peter got out there, but he started doubting and he sunk. But he won. He did the uncomfortable thing, put his life at risk, not knowing the outcome. He stepped out there. When he stepped out there and whether he walked 1 second, 10 seconds, 20 seconds. He got out there. And here's another thing, as Sister Shirley Lockett of the United World Ministry was ministering today, here's what hit my spirit. I said, whoa. He walked out on water, and then when he began to doubt, he started sinking. But Jesus saved him.
No, my goodness, man.
Check it out. So, think about the many people that look at what you do when you step out on faith and do something, and they say, oh, she fell on her face, but she won't walk on. She won't She walked on water. And guess what she did? She gave Jesus the opportunity to save her when she got in trouble.
Opportunity. Gave him the opportunity.
So who's the... God is so good and he's so strategic. We're looking at it from the aspect of saying Peter did something and he failed, but we're forgetting about God's ability that even when we step out there to do something we've never done before, his ability to save us before we drown. He didn't drown. He walked and he still didn't drown.
Oh my goodness, man.
You understand? Because his help was there. So let's talk about real fast. We got a few more moments, y'all. We're going to talk about the uncomfortable places. What are some of the uncomfortable, real quick? The uncomfortable things, territory, places. How do we approach those things? How do we approach walking out on the water as a Revival Unchained podcast members when people are looking from afar and saying, what in the world are they doing? What in the world? Because I can tell y'all, I don't know if I'm not going to say it on camera right now, but God showed me a dream, and I feel like it was connected to what we are doing even right now. And it's crazy because we're having, and maybe I should. Because it's like, I'm thinking about, like in the dream, we were on stage in what looks like a service. And we were singing on the stage. Like, you know, we do the Revival Sundays, and we're singing, and we're ministering and everything. And we went from being on the stage, so I looked out, and we were in traffic. Literal traffic, getting ready to cross over. So, now here, I started thinking about when God was getting ready to take Israel somewhere, and they had to cross over the flow of the Red Sea. He parted the way for them to cross the stream. And regular traffic is still it's a stream. It's a stream of traffic. So in other words, it's like we're having to do something that goes beyond just the four walls.
I just caught a light bulb when you were saying that.
Talk about it.
That traffic, you just said something that made a lot of sense. Okay. That traffic, and 9 times out of 10, even though the Bible probably doesn't say it, I'm pretty sure that when the children of Israel went through that, they probably was nervous to even go through that.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? They were nervous to go. That traffic right there, cause when I was just catching like a light bulb moment. Okay, from the on-stage worshiping to going through traffic to get to the other side. That traffic right here, they could be a lot of stuff. That traffic could not only be the tradition, it can be the business, the distractions, the stuff that the enemy try to throw in to keep, for us from getting to the other side and stuff, trying to hinder.
Exactly.
Trying to hinder it. So I have to use this hindrance. Hindrance can be any type of thing. It can be a people, it can be situations, circumstances, all to detour you away from what God is trying to do. And I truly believe, man, and I say this on camera, man, I love each and every one of these people at these tables. That's through anything, man. Disagreements, no matter what, I love these people, man. And
You too much.
they got boldness, man. And God not gonna put you around nobody that's coward or scared. He not doing it, man. Matter of fact, if you scared or nervous or coward, you not even gonna be in the mission. I'm the mission. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be bold enough to go through that traffic, and to go through that hindrance, to be willing to be criticized by all these people that saying like, that's God not in it, God's not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta be bold to go through that, deal with all these circumstances, man. Even when we up there worshiping, man, we might not be preaching, but we still battling spirits. You see what I'm saying? We battling spirits, man. We battling spirits, man. And we gotta be willing to go through that uncomfortable traffic to get to that other side. That other side is we gotta get these people, man. We got a mission we gotta do.
Absolutely.
And it sound like you
Joy is a light bulb over her head.
I'm waiting for me. And I'm waiting for all of y'all.
I just agree with that because I feel like we do have to stand boldly and firmly on the word of God, but in layman terms, for our people today, stand on business.
Say the camera right there.
Stand on business. And God and the word is that business. All right, let me speak personally. So right now, I am in an uncomfortable position. I have a lot of new things that is happening in my life now, and some people will be like, "Oh, you can't do that. You know, you got a lot going on. You have a child. Da da da. You have all these other things. You're not going to be able to do all of it." Who? Say who? Clothes for you. Clothes for me. Okay. My God did not give me the same word that He gave you. I'm sorry. But yes, I am in that position, and like I'm literally going off faith. And I am in my word, I'm fasting, I'm doing those things that needs to be done to make it to the other side. And those distractions, the traffic, all of that, we gotta go. Because we outside, but we got a mission. We got this street that we going down. We got this street we going down. We can't take a detour just because it's easier. Just it sound a little better. You might got music over here playing. You might got, little drums over here. Sometimes it's distractions of our own desires, but no. But no, you have to stand boldly and firmly on the word of God, and that is what I'm doing right now in my life. If I can do it, you can do it, we can do it, and we can do it together.
Golly, man, what? So Joy's going to close us out with her thought. Since you stole the intro from me, I thought I was good.
You get here, get here.
Really? Yeah. Oh, okay. We got to get a song too. Keep talking. Go ahead.
I'm so bamboozled. Keep going. I guess all that to say, I'm just glad we serve a God that
who did the things that he's telling us to do. And we talk about uncomfortability and going in uncomfortable situations. Do you know how uncomfortable it would be to be in heaven, you perfect and everything is going great, strip that off, be a man. Then y'all ever see like pictures of Jesus like crucified on the cross? He got like a little linen cloth. That was such a lie. This man stripped first his godliness, his holiness, his perfection, all that stuff. Stripped even down to literally being naked on the cross. You understand how uncomfortable? And you looking in the crowd,
that's good.
seeing people who you done healed, you done delivered. I raised your daughter last week. Oh, I healed you from blindness, all of this stuff. And it's like kind of going back to like the distractions and like the traffic and stuff like that. Sometimes we gotta learn how to take hits too. Like, while you are on the mission, while we outside, we gotta take hits. I'm feeling uncomfortable saying that, but it's like, you literally have to take hits for the mission, because it kind of goes back to like being genuine. Like, some people literally have family members that betrayed them, literally have friends they grew up with betrayed them. So it's like, if we show these people like we're able to take a hit for you because we love you, because Jesus did it first.
That's powerful, man.
I feel like that's just gonna continue that spirit of like overflow and deliverance and healing and like literally people getting drawn into the church while we outside.
Well,
We all in this together.
So wait a minute, I was going to go there. So to back up on what y'all was saying also, okay, I know, right? The Holy Spirit just hit me with this. Even in that, when we was at worship on the stage, and then we were crossing into traffic, what did we do? We did it together. So you're never by yourself. No, don't feel like this ministry going outside, we don't have to do it by ourselves. The Holy Spirit leads, guides us, and directs us, but also He gives us covenant kingdom people to walk these journeys with each other.
and it's so amazing because traffic was going, of course, long ways, and we were crossing this way. And so it's like we were taking turns, but we were like, He gave us transport. We weren't in cars. We were like on bicycles cutting across. And so the car passed, the danger pass by, you were able to you go. Then the next person, you go. And we were one by one going across. And I was just like, wow. So you start out on the stage and ministering, and then you look up and God has had us crossing over. And I'm just like saying, you know what? Part of it is, it makes me think about too, that it's time for us to go further in what He has us to do. Because if we're only ministering to the four walls, and we're only catering to the people that is readily in front of us every week, we're not doing the mission. We're not doing the mission. The mission is taking it to people that we don't know, taking it to people that don't smell like us, that don't look like us, that are not from where we're from. And then in some cases, some of them are in some places, you know, where we come from and everything. So I do, it's something else y'all said that you know what I'm saying, I thought it was going to close. We got a few more minutes here. A few more minutes. But anyway. Good time. So it's like, I'm thinking about it. I'm going to tell you, when you said taking hits, and you know, bring that camera a little close, because I want to hear, I want to hear from y'all a little bit. Taking hits. I thought about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. And here He is praying to like sweat pouring down like big droplets of blood, because He knew He had to do something that was heavy. But not just that. He was getting ready to be betrayed by somebody that walked with Him every day. By somebody He said, that's my boy right there. That's one of the guys that's in ministry with me. He was getting ready to, and it was a trickle-down effect. It started with one who identified Him Because they said, Jesus looked kind of calm and you just couldn't like readily just be like, oh, that's him.
Right.
So, he had to identify him. So it was the first thing. Somebody who was in his inner circle. And then it trickled down to what you talked about. Oh man, I remember when I fed them over there. I remember their daughter was lame. I prayed for her. She walked again. How do you deal with? How do you deal with the hits, the betrayal, because it's a part of ministry too. It's not a thing of where we just come out unscathed. There are things that we go through. Because here's the thing. Let me say this real fast, and I'm shut my big mouth because I can talk. The anointing that is on your life, it builds from what you go through.
Absolutely.
You're not just anointed because you say, I'm anointed. Yeah, I hear you. But that anointing grows and it thickens through tests and through trials.
That's true.
Our mission, how do we deal with the parts when we're betrayed, the parts when we get hit? Let's talk about that, and then we can wrap up from there.
Well, actually, even when you were saying it, even the people, the Bible said that Judas was already a thief anyway. So his heart never was in the right spot. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Just like how you got a lot of people that's on the outside seem like they're worshiping God, but the inside just corrupt. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that discernment come in. Like, Lord, do they even really got a heart for you anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to ask that. We got to pray, ask that, but just dealing with the hits, I do believe that it's some soldiers that can take more damage than somebody else can.
That's true.
Like, because everybody's not built to handle the same type of tests and trials. Some person can actually deal with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And from the outside looking in, you got your own stuff going on. You be like, Lord, I'm glad we ain't dealing with that. I don't know what I'll probably do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'll probably do.
You just said that today.
I don't know what I couldn't deal with that. But then you said something about the anointing. The anointing not even for you.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? It's not for you, it's for others. And then too, you could be anointed but restricted. Like, you could be anointed but be restricted. Like, real time. You can have a gift, you can have an anointing so powerful, man. Like, it just radiates all over you, but yet you can be restricted. And God can't really allow you to operate at the full capacity that He would love you to, because it can be restricted. It can probably be fear. You know what I'm saying? But just going back to how do we take hits? Whatever God allow you to take, you can already handle it. You can deal with it. The danger that He might put in front of you, the danger He probably tell you to go through, He not tell you to go through nothing that He didn't already see. She can handle this. He can handle this. This is built specifically for you. And
put more on you than you can bear.
Absolutely. And then you said something that was actually powerful. The anointing, it does get stronger in trial situations. Matter of fact, this trial was specifically meant. Your anointing was meant for this trial and tribulation. It was meant for this. It was meant.
I'm sorry, I'm over here in a disruption.
That's funny, man. And I'm gonna let you take over, man. But go for it.
I would say too, whenever you're going through those hits, just like in the dream, we were in the middle, but you had one person get over, and then you had the next one going through.
Yeah.
But also, you gotta remember who's in your circle, and you may have your Judas or whatever, but also you still have those loyal, those faithful, those ones that are praying for you. They're looking on your situation and saying and praying that you make it through it. They're praying as you're going through those hits, as you're going through that trial, like everything that you're going through. You still have somebody that's praying for you, and remember that. And even with you praying and you fasting and trying to come out on the other side of it, you still have your people around you.
I love that.
Absolutely.
You're not alone.
Yeah, and to your point, Jesus was actually being protective, I feel he was being protective of the other ones who was a part of that, because he could have revealed who Judas was, because he knew what dude was doing.
Yeah, he knew it.
He knew it.
Through him, whoever did that hand in the loop.
Exactly. Exactly.
But they were already covered.
That they were already covered. And so he could reveal, and then too, it would have messed with his destiny, because he needed a betrayer.
That's true.
So, because if he said, no, they were right there, he gonna do it. Man, Peter would have both his ears would have hit the ground. Couldn't ears, but yeah, Come on, Jordan, shave on. Shave on.
Shave on. I don't know. I'm literally speechless because I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how to do it. I promise. I ain't never been in a fight, not a physical fight, so I don't know how to do it. That's good. That's good, but like sometimes you need to.
Yeah, you gotta know how to box.
Speaking of that though. To segue, y'all be in a little, like, spiritual warfare exists, you know?
Oh, spiritual warfare. I thought you meant a little boxing.
No, I mean, that too. So it's like, I don't know, I think we just gotta remember what we are fighting for. Because it's like, when you in a ring, if you ever seen, like, a fight, some hits, you can brace yourself. You can see it. Before they even swing, you can brace yourself. The other hits, they just come out of nowhere.
That's good.
But then, some hits you can counterattack. Like I might have to hit you, but like when I call on Jesus' name, counterattack that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like learning how. I don't know. I'm still learning how to take my hits, but
we all are.
we all are. Jesus.
Because they're not gonna hit you in the same place every time.
She giving wisdom. She giving wisdom.
Cause some you get knocked out by, some you get the wind knocked out of you.
Absolutely. You gotta sit there for a
You
moment.
gotta sit there for a moment and gather yourself. So come on, Siobhan, you gonna go ahead and close us out like Clarissa Shields and boom, boom, boom. We started talking about fighting too.
Wow, everybody has said amazing things. So I gotta come drop the mic. Literally, I'm gonna drop this mic. Wow. I know, right? Time. So, in all honesty, I mean, you can't hold grudges. I mean, even when you get hit and you get betrayed, you have to. It's hard. I can't even. What?
Forgiveness.
That too. You have to learn how to forgive because God forgave us, and sometimes forgiveness, like we talked about last episode, is having boundaries, and you have to know. But sometimes you have to have your own boundary though, not for them, but for you. Like as a person, you have to know what you can accept and what you can't accept.
It's for them too, for their safety. Sometimes.
Okay, say find you some safe to do. Find you some safe to do.
Find you something safe to do. You something safe to play with.
This right here is not a safe space for you. So, but yeah, being betrayed is not easy. But you also sometimes, just like everyone else said, you're doing it for other people. You're protecting them as well. And so you just have to. I don't know. Betrayal ain't easy. You have to forgive, but sometimes that stuff stick you in the mud and it hurts you for real. And it takes longer than you expected to get back up and say and even want to continue doing the thing that you used to do. But it's not about you. That's all I can say about this. I could.
Man.
I ain't gonna lie, let me just add one more thing.
You say one more thing.
He always said something. You got these shades on. Yeah. We don't try to see.
Balenci's. But them hits be really like helping you though. They help you really in every area of walk. Faith, trusting, your perception when it comes to a lot of things, and just building you as a servant and your attitude. Just it. And some attacks, like she said, God not gonna allow you to counter those attacks. Like He just not. Some attacks you just gotta take on and just get hit. And you know, some stuff He just not gonna. Some stuff He just wants you to actually see what it's like to go through. Like, oh, help me! I'm helping you by letting
I'm helping you by letting you get hit.
You gotta get hit.
See, I'm helping you.
You gotta get hit because if you don't know how to get hit now, man, when you really get to where He's trying to get you to go, man, right, you're gonna be finished. You're not that for the round. You gotta go out 12 and have endurance. You know what I'm saying? So really, it's good to get hit. It help you when you walk and help you as a person, man. And it also just grow your relationship with God. So that's all I gotta say.
All right, y'all.
So anyway, always, hey y'all, it's me again. I want to wrap up and just say thank y'all for listening. We appreciate it as always. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I thought that was your no. I thought I was
You already?
I'm gonna let him have it. Oh, you got it. You got it.
No, I'm gonna do it now.
Do it for the vibe. Do it for the vibe. Well, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Please let us know how we doing in the comments. We want to hear from y'all for real. Like, where you at, dude? Like, put a D in the comments. But we gonna see y'all next time. Is it gonna be live next time? We going live?
Yeah.
So we gonna give y'all more information on that. Be sure to follow us on Revival Unchained on Instagram.
On all platforms.
All platforms. Everywhere. YouTube. Everywhere.
And we got an email. They can email.
Yes, please email us. We gonna put all that in the description or whatever. Bernie, you got that part.
Oh, now you want to give me
Yeah, now that's your part. But we gonna see y'all next time on Revival Unchained.
Mama, I made it. Mama, I made it. I made it.
I made it.
We gotta hurry up and get out of here, man, cause y'all went over 5 minutes.